The failure, the storytelling, the iteration, the learning, the fact that the party solved the problem themselves and it wasn't me telling them, that's good. That's good leadership, that's good management, that's good collaboration, and it means people will want to come back. And from a business perspective, all of those things can be used as well to help you create a team that doesn't rely on you so much and isn't codependent and isn't waiting for your every word because you haven't nurtured that creative problem-solving muscle within your business. Again, to take storytelling from a different approach, if you've got a business, let's say you've got a business that makes disability equipment, and you talk about the technical, it's 3.5-inch Kevlar coated steel frame construction with tires that are 14.5 inches and made from polycarbonate. But if you have a story that says, we help people with disabilities lead more fulfilling lives and we can help them, and here's what, an athlete that trains, here's how they use our equipment, this is the positivity for them, this is the kind of person that you could be, doesn't actually matter. I mean, as long as it does its job, I don't think anyone really cares whether it's 4.5 inches of polycarbide steel. I think the power of the storytelling is super important. And so from a D&D perspective, from a games master perspective, and from a player perspective, a compelling story will engage the people. I'm a brooding warrior with a secret past, and I'm subtly afraid of going out during the day because and you don't know this yet, secretly a vampire, or that's the power of story. That's cool. That's interesting. If I am warrior, I bang head things on the head, gets boring quickly. So in business, use that. What's your backstory as a leader? What's the company's backstory as a leader? What are your customers' stories? How do you help your customers in a way that they go, I trust you, I'm part of it, all of that. That's the power of storytelling. There's been 10 Avengers movies, and they probably only sat down to eat 3 or 4 times and never gone to the bathroom. So narratively, it's not very interesting. And what's important there is, at what level do you bring your employees as a business owner into that resource management? As an apprentice, do they need to know what your profit margin is? Maybe. You should ask them, do they want to be involved? Are they interested? At a director level, they need to know, what resources do we have? What's our profit margin here? Are we making money? Are we doing that? Does the level below that, does the project managers need to know? Yes, maybe on a project basis, they need to know that we have a profit margin of 26.2% or 4.5% and all of that. The finance department really needs to know about resource management, and management needs, but does the guy who's managing the warehouse, he's got different kinds of resource management, and he needs to understand where his role within that is. So what you want to make sure is that you're not overburdening your employees with resource management, but at the same time, when they need to know and they need to understand, that's where you need to involve them. So depending on how interested they are, and that can be important, depending on how important it is to their job, a janitor at the school does not need to know the profit margins on the cost of running the whole building, but he needs to know, he might have resource management of things like cleaning supplies, or how many hoovers have we got, or all of that kind of thing. And so compartmentalizing that resource management is good and positive. But what you also need is you need managers and directors at the top who can see the whole picture and understand everything. And that's where I think people don't understand how important finance departments are.